Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with my review of Power Rangers Dino Super Charge, episode 18. To start off, just real quick, I got some questions about like the way I'm numbering the episodes, and I'm honestly just going by my cable guide, and like it includes the Halloween episode. So I think that like when I looked it up, like the Halloween episode like technically comes after what aired after it, but regardless, I'm just going by the Comcast guide. So that's how I'm doing it. But anyway, so this episode was supposed to be, or should be, or I should say, is the last of our filler. Although at the end it did actually go away from the filler and start the plot, which was very nice. But it was a very okay episode. Kind of weird for me. The main plot of it revolved around, it was like, again, kind of a two-pronged thing. It was like partially around this monster that used music to control people, which we've done before. Like with the kids in Zeo, and then there was one sort of like it, but more with just dancing in Wild Force. But like he was controlling people and turning them into zombies, essentially. And then there was another part of the episode about this robot caveman named Worg that the museum had that wasn't doing very well, and Koda was trying very desperately to find a purpose for it. So yeah, it was very okay. The thing that stood out about this episode was actually the vibe with the zombies and like the look that the people got when they were under their control. And then not only just that, but also the way a lot of it was shot had this kind of, I don't know, just grayer, more kind of Halloween tone to it, which was upsetting because this could have been the Halloween episode, honestly. Like, this is exactly what I was talking about during my Halloween episode review, is you have an episode that takes place when Halloween's happening, but you can still like have a normal plot or progress as normal and just merely have the setting in the background because it's that time of year, and you know, use it to potentially add to the plot, even if it's just this aesthetically, and that way it doesn't come off like we're coming to a halt to stop the show, to honk your horn and do clip shows or whatever Toku's been doing. And especially, it also was driven home recently because Digimon Apply Monsters just did their episode. Episode 4 took place at Halloween. It was a totally normal episode, though. It progressed the plot, did everything normal, and it merely actually just used the Halloween setting to enhance the plot. And that's what they could have done here. It was like the perfect vibe and aesthetic for Halloween, not to mention the timing. It's like 3 days before Halloween, so it's closer to Halloween, and they could have added to it by having everybody be in costume. So like all the people under control, including the Rangers, for a brief period, could have been in costume. So it could have been just a really neat, essentially, Halloween episode. Takes place at Halloween, is still a normal episode, and then you save money and you don't have to do the stupid clip show. But so that was kind of disappointing. But for the episode itself, like I said, it was very okay. There was some kind of nice moments with Koda, with like, he identifies with the robot because it's also dull and stupid or something, and like, it's kind of part of how he misses his culture and he tells the stories to the robot, and I guess he just identifies with it being kind of useless and having a hard time adapting, which was kind of nice, and at least they didn't play that for humor too much. It just, the thing for me with this story is Worg honestly weirded me out. Maybe it's because I had like really weird dreams last night and the tone seeped into it, but for real, it was creepy for me. Like, the look of him and the way he would go, war, it just, honestly, it unnerved me. It was creepy for me. So like that kind of, like I could acknowledge that, okay, there's some kind of nice character beats, but the whole thing had a creep factor for me, which kind of held it back. But that could just be a personal thing. I don't know why I got an accent there. But yeah, it was just real weird, and like it ended up resolving of Worg being useful because it was weird. It was like they couldn't find a proper use for him in general, so they were going to put him away, but then like Koda ended up using him to lure away the civilians that were attacking the Rangers, and then they're like, oh, he has purpose. I'm like, well yeah, but how does that help the museum, like, unless there's another attack? But then they ended up putting him back up. I don't know, it seemed like a weird resolution to me, I'm not sure. And then there was that classic thing that happens when we have a plot like this where the like people are being taken over and are attacking and they're like, we can't hurt them, and it's like, well yeah, you can't hurt them, but you can probably subdue them some way. It's like, if you're in danger, it's just like, I kind of get annoyed at that bit of it, especially since they are supposed to be heroes and they could probably figure out some way of fighting them without hurting them, I guess. I don't know, because I've seen it done before, and if you have to fight them, you have to fight them. But anyway, that's enough about the nonsense of the episode. At the end, there actually was, it was really nice for like the last maybe fourth, maybe less of the episode, was, it just came barreling in with actual plot and stuff starting to happen for the end game, with the reveal that Sledge is still alive, no brainer really, and he basically recruited everyone back to his side with the help of Snide, who, you know, is very two-faced, obviously, like he said, and so he, you know, recruited everyone back and betrayed Arcanon, and Arcanon, like, backed down very quickly. So that was kind of nice. It was nice to get plot actually happening at the end. It took me by surprise because I thought this was just going to be straight up filler, and then next week we would finally get to the serious stuff with maybe like a cliffhanger-y end. But this was like the last bit of the episode, so that was good. But it was just weird to have this strange episode about a creepy robot, and then all of a sudden Arcanon's taking that like final form thing and everything got serious. It came out of nowhere. So yeah, still kind of some issues with the way they're structuring it in terms of the balance of filler to plot, but it was nice to be surprised there at the end. And overall, it wasn't the worst. I didn't care for the filler stuff of the week, but it wasn't the most hate I've ever had, and I like that we actually got stuff at the end. So I think that's pretty much about it. I just really wish this would have been the Halloween episode. It would have been nice. But so yeah, overall, decent-ish episode. Probably 6 out of 10 for me. Alright, so that's about it for this one. Next week we should actually be getting into No Filler Zone, so hopefully some actual good stuff to say until the last in-game reveal. But yeah, so anyway, until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangenovels.com, and of course don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Writer, signing out.